I'm Sam Katz with Gallery Glass, and we're here in Williamsburg, Brooklyn to meet artist Jen Dunlap.
Yeah, why don't you show me some of your stuff?
Okay, cool.
Great.
I always have like a ton of different projects going on. This is like a really old painting that had a lot more to do with like technology and robotics and stuff like that. And I haven't done stuff like this in a while, but basically, most of the work that I do pulls from like everyday images or just basic images that you would just see, and then I take photographs of those, and then translate that into like a more figurative work. So that's an example of that. And let's see, I got Carl Jung's Red Book recently, so I'm super pumped about that. This is like sort of his more like autobiographical.
Do you find inspiration in his work?
Hell yeah. No, definitely find a lot of inspiration here. He does a lot of psychology and like personal collective mythology, and
you carry a lot of those themes over to your stuff, huh?
yeah, definitely. And I kind of realized I was doing more of that when I did the series that was the 100 paintings in 24 hours.
Can you show me that?
Yes, I would love to show you that. Okay, so some of these here, let's see. So like this is from that, these are from that, not that one, this one, that one.
So you stayed up for 24 hours straight, huh?
Not straight. I had to break it up because I started to go a little insane. But I did 10 hours on a Monday, 12 hours on a Tuesday, and then 2 hours on a Wednesday to like wrap everything up.
Yowza.
Yeah, and then on Wednesday, that's when I showed the work. So I just taped it all up and I tiled everything. But here's
let's check it out.
Yeah, here's some examples. The whole idea when you do so many paintings in such a short amount of time is to really pull yourself out of your comfort zone. And after about painting 20 or so, 20 to 30, you've exhausted every idea you've been comfortable with. And you really have to push further into this realm of like, what I found for me was diving into these like dream images. Like there were some images I started to make that I recognized from dreams that I had had 2 years in the past.
So you really reflect to sort of...
Yeah, it pulled in this like this wealth, like this, it pulled from this well of images that like I feel like we all have, but I just, there's so many things daily that like block those, and I think that forcing your hand to draw, forcing your mind to be active that long.
So you really had to tap into a deep place to execute this project.
Definitely.
Is that how you generally get inspiration to do your work, or was that a pretty unique method for this particular project?
I think I try to access that point as much as I can, but usually living in New York, you have to do so many other different projects to pay your rent and everything. So when I come to the studio, I have limited time, so it's usually just finishing up something that I've started or something like that. This one was based on like Vermeer's woman with the... Oh, I gotta figure out the name of that. Wait, I think I might have it on the back. Or maybe I just called it Vermeer. Yep, just Vermeer. But
so you love watercolor, huh?
Yeah, so what happened was I moved to New York from Texas 10 years ago, and in Texas, like all of my art was on canvas, and I loved painting on canvas, but when I got to New York, I was like, cool, like now I don't have time, I don't have space for a studio. Canvas is really heavy and expensive, so I was like, okay, I'm going to switch to paper. So I was able to tape up paper in my apartment. Oh, this is called me at painting 70. That's kind of how I felt.
A future self-portrait.
Yeah.
You're beautiful.
Oh, I'm like demonic in this one. But yeah.
I love the range. You don't stick to one particular theme. You don't stick to one particular style. You really kind of challenge yourself with this project.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, and that's part of like the whole like pushing past your comfort zone. Like, I'm comfortable doing drawings and watercolors, and it's sort of like you get so bored with that after a certain point that you really have to push past to make anything that you feel is validating as an artist. And not all of these hit the mark, because like out of 100, you definitely have some bombs. But like this one, don't focus too much on that. I'm not really excited about that one. But
are any of these pieces available for sale, or was this project for you?
No, for sure. I mean, I sold them really cheaply to friends who came to the show. These ones here are, people bought them. I'm just waiting for them to come get them. And
that is absolutely stunning.
thanks. This isn't
Look
part
at the
of,
detail.
That's not part of this series. That's from when my friend Ben was in town and he got a black eye. And so that I drew the black eye.
You made him feel really good about it with all of the pinks and yellows.
Yeah, he needed some love after that.
Yeah, I would get some love after that. That's pretty incredible.
I love doing this too, because this sort of mixes this very detailed drawing, which I really enjoy doing, and then kind of bringing in this sort of like more chaotic watercolor, let the colors blend and mix into each other kind of approach. So that's fun. Yeah, so that's almost it for this book.
Can you show me what these are over here?
This over here, okay, so this was a really fun project that I worked on this summer, that my studio mate and very dear friend Celia, who is over here, well, she's not here right now, but she directed the short film, and so basically we were given this art studio, or this apartment in the West Village, was donated to us for the entire month. And I production designed and art directed the film. So part of that process was turning this apartment into this, like, one of the main characters' art studios. So we completely transformed the space. We I made like dogs hanging from the ceiling, and the film's called Grey Dog. And so we made tons of little dog sculptures. Here's one here. But we had like hundreds of these guys. See it on there, that's probably easier.
Wow.
So anytime someone would come over, I'd give them a lump of clay and be like, okay, sit down here, you have to make this.
Make a dog.
So these drawings are part of that process. Some of them were made while, there's a couple really beautiful choreographed dance sequences. So I would sit and watch those sequences and draw them as that was happening. It's not all are mine. Some are this girl Julia Yeager, who's awesome. She helped out a lot. I did this one. Yeah.
How many in total did you produce?
Drawings? I mean, there have to be like at least 50.
Who is this handsome devil?
So that is the main. So that is the main character, played by Andrew Pastides, who is Celia's husband, and yeah, he's awesome.
So, I love the gray dogs.
So
he really carried the theme through.
Oh yeah. This is one of Julia's. I love it.
Do you get many nude models in here?
No, but maybe I should. That'd be a fun idea.
Let me know when you do. I'll be happy to come back and record.
Okay. Oh yeah, sure. Everyone knows that.
Oh, this is really cool.
So these were just covered. They covered the entire wall, and we made all these like installation things. We made this giant tree out of craft paper that like had things hanging from it, and
this is awesome.
Thanks.
So watercolor, charcoal.
Yeah, these are charcoal, like India ink. Yeah. So
you said you're an art director as well. How does that medium play into your fine art?
That's, I'm always trying to figure out the answer to that, because I always have this pull of like, oh, I need to be making more art. My job doesn't reflect that. But I recently realized like what I do for my day job is it all kind of folds into the same thing. So for production design, I'll do building sets and designing sets for a shoot. Like one shoot that I did recently was in Colorado, and we had to build these sets that moved apart, and it was like a couple at their home computer picking out the right health insurance, and then they hit the enter button on the computer, and then the walls broke apart, and they were in a casino. So, we literally had to build the set that we could bring into this casino in Colorado, put the sets together, put them on wheels, have like 3 people on each side.
That must be really thrilling when you have a budget
It's awesome.
that big that you can be, you know, really let your imagination run with you.
Absolutely, and it's really awesome because I think the biggest thing about what I do for money instead of like for my art purposes is that I'm able to see like a physical manifestation of my idea happening, you know, and it's awesome and it's very fulfilling. So one day I hope to just be able to like take everything that I do artistically, which is, you know, all of the drawings and stuff. Like what I do for me is different than what I do for commercial aspects. But
Yeah, I don't doubt you'll eventually get to that point where you will be able to.
it'd be fun. Build a crazy movable art show with like people popping out of paintings and stuff like that.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it right now. I think it's already happening over on Graham.
I think so. Like, I really am excited to see these guys with their 4-foot statue masks.
So you also said that you moved here from Texas.
Did.
Where in Texas?
I grew up in Houston and then went to college at Baylor in Waco, Texas. And now all of my buddies live in Austin and Dallas. And
So how'd you end up here?
I let's see. I just moved here after college. I had spent the summer my junior year of college at SBA, did the summer residency program. And I fell in love with the city, and I was like, I have to move here. I have to come back. So after I graduated from college,
You're a natural New Yorker. I couldn't picture you anywhere else.
I don't know. I kind of love it here. I've been toying with the idea of moving, but I think I decided recently that I'm staying put.
Well, thank you. This is Sam Katz with Gallery Glass. Thank you, Jen Dunlap.
Thank you.
Now give us a kiss.